Transformative is a series of short films that try and explain the history of fashion photography as seen from the perspective of the stylist, the makeup artist and the hairdresser.
And do you find yourself working more on films? You know, I've been sort of involved in fashion film since the start of Show Studio. So do you find that something that you have to deal with a lot more, or you get involved in a lot more now?
Yeah, we do. There are a lot more films around now than before, because it's usually the photo shoot and the film. But I think I like to work on a film, not a film at the end of a photo shoot. I like to work on a film that there is a kind of a storyboard for, or there is a reason, not, oh, we've got to shoot the backstage footage, because the backstage footage is really boring. You know, unless it's, you know, but it is.
Making ofs.
The making ofs, it's really, really boring, and I don't think anybody's really interested.
Okay, let's move on. So, excuse the play button in the middle of her nose.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about this.
Okay, so this was a film that was done for M.A.C Cosmetics, and it was M.A.C Cosmetics collaboration with Gareth Pugh.
Right.
So Gareth Pugh had designed colours and lashes for this collection, and they asked Ruth to film it, and you know, would I do the makeup, which was great. Katie Shillingford, Katie Shillingford, she was doing the styling, and Gareth was there, and it was one of those moments where, you know, I mean, I love Gareth, I love what he does. But, you know, I'm not his makeup artist, so here was I doing makeup with, you know, with Gareth. And it was great. It was great because, you know, I sort of said, Gareth, you know, what would you like me to do? And he was like, do what you want. And I said, that's exactly what I want to hear. I'll just, you know, are there any particular colours you want me to use? And he was like, no, just do what you want, but I like the purple. And I was like, okay, great. So, you know, it just came together. It came together really quickly.
But it's a film as opposed to still.
It's a film as opposed to a still.
So it's a cosmetics film.
It's a cosmetics film. And I think Ruth did it really well because she's captured exactly what the client wanted, which is you can definitely see the makeup. And it is mysterious. It is kind of quite gothic and dark, like Gareth. So I think it was a good collaboration. James Gager called me from New York because nobody from M.A.C Cosmetics was on this actual film, which is unheard of, really, because the client's always there. So, but James called me and said, you know, it's a film. I want you to concentrate on the film. You know what I want, Val. So, you know, I'm like, no pressure there then. And he said, like, but we're going to take stills from the film. And that was a bit of a first because normally it was like the other way around. So yeah, it was good. And then I rushed from I was leaving this shoot and I was going straight to work with Lady Gaga. And I sort of said, I think I called the press office of M.A.C and sort of said, look, I know these aren't out yet, but can I take these eyelashes because I want to use them on Gaga? You know? And they were like, yeah, take them. You know.
And how different is it? Because obviously you do shows, so you're used to seeing your work moving, because you know, you're not just a makeup artist for stills photography. But how different is it? Is there any difference when you're doing makeup for a fashion film as opposed to makeup for a fashion photograph?
Not really. There's not really a difference. No, there's not really a difference. I guess in a fashion film, you're going to see it from every angle, so you're not seeing it from the best angle. In a still, it's that angle only. So, you know, you have more time to make sure that what's on your canvas is perfect at that angle, whereas there's more work involved in doing a film because this has got to look good from every angle, even the back.
Yeah. So does that make it like a show, or is it?
Yes.
Or the scrutiny, I guess, is more in a film?
Yes, no, it makes it. Yes, there's more scrutiny in a film, but it is quite like a show because they're going out. Everyone's seeing from every angle.
Yeah.